What if I told you U.S. presidents didn't just die from bullets and wars? Some were taken down by cherries, some by contaminated water, and some by the very treatments meant to save them. But their last words? They'll surprise you more than their deaths. Some went out with legendary last lines. Others talked about soup. Let's start at the very beginning, with George Washington. Our first president got sick after riding his horse in freezing weather. His throat swelled up so badly, he could barely breathe. Today, doctors could fix it with antibiotics. But back then, they tried bloodletting, draining his blood to cure him. They actually took so much, it made him weaker. Washington, struggling for air, told his doctor, "I die hard, but I am not afraid to go." And his last words? "'Tis well." Now here's one of the strangest coincidences in American history. John Adams and Thomas Jefferson, friends, rivals, and founding fathers, died on the exact same day, July 4th, 1826, the 50th anniversary of the Declaration of Independence. Jefferson, sick with fever and infections, whispered, "Is it the 4th?" He held on just long enough, then passed. Hours later, Adams, not knowing Jefferson was gone, said, "Thomas Jefferson survives." But Jefferson had already died. Two of America's founders, gone on America's birthday. The fourth president, James Madison, almost joined them. His family tried to keep him alive until July 4th. But on June 28th, he refused medicine and said, "Nothing more than a change of mind, my dear. I always talk better lying down." And with that, he missed the July 4th trifecta by just 6 days. But the next president, James Monroe, made it. On July 4th, 1831, he became the third president to die on Independence Day. His final words? A sad farewell to an old friend. "I regret that I should leave this world without again beholding James Madison." Then there was John Quincy Adams. Unlike most presidents, he went back to Congress after leaving office. But while casting a vote, he suddenly collapsed on the House floor. Carried out to a nearby chamber, his final words were, "This is the last of Earth. I am content." The fiery Andrew Jackson, who survived countless duels, softened at the end. His last words were to his family, "Do not cry, be good children, and we shall all meet in heaven." Zachary Taylor's death was almost unbelievable. He ate too many cherries and drank milk on a hot day, and became violently ill. His last words, "I regret nothing, but I am sorry to leave my friends." Abraham Lincoln was shot at Ford's Theater in 1865. Just before, he turned to his wife and whispered, "She won't think anything about it." Moments later, he was gone. Garfield was shot at a train station, but the bullet didn't kill him. His doctors did. Using unsterilized tools, they caused deadly infections. After weeks of pain, his last words were, "Swaim, can't you stop the pain?" Shot at a public event, McKinley tried to comfort his wife. His final words were simple. "Goodbye all, goodbye. It is God's way. His will be done." The Rough Rider himself, Roosevelt, died peacefully in his sleep. A friend said, "Death had to take him sleeping, for if he had been awake, there would have been a fight." Harding died suddenly of a heart attack. His last words to his wife, "That's good. Go on, read some more." He passed away while listening to her read aloud. In 1945, FDR was working when he suddenly said, "I have a terrific headache." Moments later, he collapsed and never woke again. John F. Kennedy, Dallas, 1963. Just before he was shot, the governor's wife said, "Mr. President, you can't say Dallas doesn't love you." Kennedy smiled. "No, you certainly can't." Seconds later, the world stopped. Lyndon Johnson died of a heart attack at his ranch. His last words were on the phone with his Secret Service agent. "Send Mike immediately." Nixon suffered a stroke and slipped into a coma. He died 4 days later without speaking again. Reagan battled Alzheimer's for years. His last words were to his wife, Nancy, "I love you." In 2018, George H.W. Bush's final words were to his son, George W. Bush. On the phone, he said simply, "I love you too." From heroic goodbyes to heartbreaking regrets, to deaths so bizarre they sound made up, the last words of America's presidents remind us of one thing. No matter how much power you hold, in the end, you're still human. Which president's final words shocked you most? Comment below, and don't forget to subscribe for more untold history.